Welcome back to TaraChessAcademy. Today we're going to see some nice examples of winning tactics.
Hi everyone! For today we prepared very interesting and exciting positions for you. So let's start with that one that you see on the chessboard. Probably in this position you can see how important using a pin could be. So we play for white and our task is to win. So first let's find a pin on the chessboard. So Tara, what ideas do you have?
We know that there's two types of pins, an absolute pin and a relative pin. An absolute pin is where a piece can't move at all because behind it is the king. And a relative pin is where a piece usually shouldn't move, but it's not against the rules. Because there's something that's higher value that's behind it, but it's not against the rules.
I think that I have found this type of the pin. So this time black makes a pin, so the black rook pins the white pawn on d5 with the queen, So, but we have to find a pin for white. So, okay, maybe white has a pin.
Here there's no relative pins, but there is an absolute pin, and that's the knight on f6. That knight is pinned because behind.
So, as you remember, usually we have to attack pin piece more and more, So, this knight looks weak, and I would say that black's king side looks not so defended. So, of course, that would be just great for white to attack this knight more and more. So, I don't see that we have any chance to attack the knight with a pawn, with one of the pawns. To be honest, I'm not sure that rook also has any chances. I don't see how we can get to the 6th rank or to the f file, for instance, So probably the only one piece that could help is a bishop. I don't know. Right now, I also don't see what we can do. So, Tara, maybe you have some ideas?
It would be really nice to get the bishop and the queen working together on the same diagonal. If we could somehow get it onto that diagonal, we would be attacking the knight 2 times, and black only has 1 defender. So let's try.
Probably this diagonal,
Yes. Let's try to move the pawn away so that the bishop can get to that diagonal.
So it looks like we have 2 possible moves, So let's think maybe just b3 would be enough in this position, So for instance, what happens if black captures the pawn?
If black captures, we can continue our plan by moving the bishop to b2.
And to be honest, I don't see how black could defend the knight. So the rook, the queen are too far away from it. So it looks like after bishop b2, white just wins. So let's think maybe after b3, black doesn't have to capture, and black could find the way of protecting the knight.
We know that the knight can't move away, but black actually has a way to guard the knight. If they find a way for the queen to come and defend on the 6th rank by capturing the white pawn, and then the queen is open to defending the knight.
Okay, so probably 6 takes d5, bishop b2, and now black has time for playing queen c6. And also this diagonal is open, so also some discovered checks are possible. And probably that's why b3 is not the best idea, So let's take this move back. So what should we do with the pawn, Tara?
Instead, we should move it to b4.
Attacking the rook, Okay, so in this position, if black tries en passant, white still plays bishop b2, and it's not possible to defend the knight. And of course, if black captures the pawn, what should we do? Should we play bishop b2, or we should do something else?
We could also capture the rook, which is high.
So it looks really nice. Now we have an extra rook, so that's why just b4 is the right move. I think like mostly if you have a choice between attacking move or not attacking move, yeah, probably you should prefer to start with an attacking move first. So yeah, that's why before gives much more chances to win the game. So, and it looks like it's the only strong move in this position.
Yes.
Yeah, and of course, it's also nice to think and to try to find several possibilities. So, of course, you see that right now this diagonal is blocked, but if you spend 1 or 2 moves, it's possible for the bishop to get to b2. So just don't forget about plans like this during your games. Yeah. So yeah, this is how you can use a pin, but now let's go to the next position. So probably in this position also using a pin could help you. So we play white. Yeah, of course black has unpleasant passed pawn, unpleasant for white of course. So, but I would say that position of the black king doesn't look so safe. So let's think maybe somehow we can try to use this fact. So
there's a lot of different ideas that white can come up with. They could start with their queen to the 7th rank on b7. It is they want to capture the pawn on h7 with the rook and then move the queen to g7 and give checkmate. But the problem is the black bishop can capture the rook.
Of course.
White loses their pieces.
Yeah, so and it's not a big problem to protect the king from this checkmate. Yeah, probably just playing queen f8 should be enough. And of course, black has an absolutely winning position. So, and again, I think if we go back to the topic about candidate moves, yeah, first probably you should start with checks, captures, yeah, and then you can discuss attacking moves. So yeah, queen b7 looks like a possibility of attack, but probably in this position it's much better to start with checks or with captures.
So let's try to distract the rook by capturing the queen.
Okay. So did we get something?
Oh, I meant to capture, to trade the queens.
To trade the queen. Okay, sorry,
Yeah.
didn't understand you. Okay, so let's try. Yeah, and now it looks like the last rank is undefended. Yeah, so rook f8. It's not a checkmate because of bishop g8. So probably just a rook is not enough on this last rank, so maybe now white could try to use a knight in this position. Let's think.
White could try to move the knight to g5, threatening a mate.
Yeah, so now we want to mate in 1. Yeah, it looks like a smothered mate. Don't forget that the bishop is pinned. But I think probably in this position black just can protect f7, right? So, and moves like this, yeah, with the idea to get to f6 and attack the bishop, I think just after rook f7, I don't think that white wins in this position. So at this point, yeah, if we start with trading queens, yeah, this plan doesn't work. So let's think what else we can do.
If we try a check like rook h7 and then knight g5, we still lose our pieces, so nothing good there.
Yeah, I agree. So let's try something else.
Yeah. So, but the only check that we didn't see is queen b2.
Nice. Of course, playing king g8 is a really bad idea. Yeah. Just because of mate in 1. So let's think how black could protect the king in this position.
Black wouldn't want to move the queen to e5 and then we capture it for free. So they would move the queen to d4.
Yeah, queen to d4. So I don't think that we have to trade queens. So we will get the same position that we have just discussed. Yeah, with queen takes d4, rook takes. Yeah. So and knight g5. I think that black still plays rook d7. Yeah. So we have discussed a position like this already. So let's try something else. Yeah, maybe white has a better check in this position.
Here, the rook on d8 is guarding the queen. So
Mhm.
we try to distract the rook by moving our rook to f8.
Ah, that's nice. So if I capture, you get my queen, yeah, and you will mate the king quite soon. Okay, so of course black shouldn't capture the rook, and I would say that in this position it's much better to play bishop g8. Okay, so what happens now? So again, taking the queen, yeah, and playing knight g5 doesn't help. So it would be not a problem for black to protect this position. So, okay, let's think what else we can do.
We could try knight g5 first.
But I capture the queen.
You win the queen, but the knight can come to f7 and make checkmate.
So smothered mate. Okay, I understand your plan. So probably in this position, yeah, I also, by the way, can't move my queen away from this diagonal. Yeah, absolute pin, absolute pin. The bishop is also pinned. So, but what if I play rook d7?
Here we have to distract the rook again by trading queens.
And it's also important that we make this move with check, yeah? So no matter how black plays rook takes d4 or rook g7, yeah, but let's better discuss rook takes d4. What happens?
We distracted the rook away from the 7th rank, so our knight can come to f7 and make a smothered checkmate.
Yeah, you're right. So yeah, you see there's nothing that black can do. The king can get to g7, the bishop can't capture, yeah, because of the pin. So very nice puzzle, yeah. Okay, and let's go to the next position. By the way, I have found a pin. Let's see if it helps us. So in this position, probably white can't mate the king, but I think that white has all chances to get a winning position, yeah, and even an extra queen, and the plan to get one more queen. Yeah, these plans don't help black. So let's think what white can do.
White has to be super careful because on the next move, black is about to promote, and when they promote, it's with a check. If they promote to a queen, and then it'll be checkmate in a few moves. So white has to be really careful. That's why they don't have time to play their knight to f6 or to h6.
With the idea to attack the knight, yeah, not this time.
Yeah, those moves are not with a check, so black is able to promote and win the game. So let's try to give a check with the rook by capturing the knight.
So rook takes knight. Okay, king takes.
Now
what happens then?
Now it's not just about giving checks. We also have to win material because white is down a queen and black is still about to promote. So if we just give a simple check like knight f6 or knight h6, after the black king moves, there's nothing that we can do after.
Yeah, just king f8, no checks, yeah, and of course the bishop is attacked, yeah, black wants to promote, position is absolutely losing for white, so of course it's not knight h6. Okay, let's think what else white can do.
We know that bishop h7, it doesn't make sense because it just loses the bishop. So let's move the bishop to f7.
Okay, bishop takes f7. So it's nice because bishop also attacks both the king and the queen at the same time. Okay, so black has two possible moves, to take with the king or to capture with the queen. So what if the king takes?
If the king takes, the knight has to attack the king and queen by moving to e5.
So yeah, and of course we win this endgame without any problems. So knight, even if the black bishop blocks the pawn and goes to a8, with the knight it will be not a problem for us to attack the bishop, yeah, to make a check. Okay, so and what happens if the queen takes?
And if the queen takes, we still make a fork by moving our knight to h6.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Capture.
Yeah, of course, when you find this combination, when you make your calculations, you have to understand about this position if the pawn can promote. Yeah, so for this you have to draw a square. So you see that the king is close to the square, but it's not inside the square. And of course, in this position, it's white's turn to move, so that's why the pawn promotes without any problems. Yeah, and black doesn't have time to stop it. Yeah, so you see how many different ideas in one position you have to think about. So decoying, yeah, at the same time you have to keep in your mind rule of a square, etc., etc.
And in all of these positions, we had to think what was our ending goal. Sometimes we had to think about the imbalances. Like here we were playing as white. White was down in the material and they didn't have a safe king. Also, black was about to promote. So after we think about all the problems, we have to think, how can we make our position better? And then we try to find ideas like rook g8 and then forks to win the material back. So if we want to think, how can we improve our position? First, we can think, what are some of the problems that we have, and what would be the best position that we could have, and then how could we try to get to that? Sometimes that could help.
Yeah, I agree.
I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video to others. I'll see you on my next video. Bye!
Bye!